Alright, we are back from our break. It is time for our third game and, well, final game for today. However way you want to dice it, we have Pastel going up against Close Behind Esports, which was the winner of our previous game. You're talking about how this should be a even closer match. It seems like we're slowly climbing in levels of like closeness in all these matches. So this should be the most equal one for today.
Yep. We jump straight into the pick ban phase. Hopefully no hiccups now.
Oh man, you see you cursed it, Gerard.
Oh,
you cursed it, man. I told you. Caster's curse is a real thing. Fortunately, single player dropped out, so hopefully... Okay, maybe it's one of those things where, you click the wrong button by accident. Hopefully, yeah. Oh, okay, no. We just received word that one of the players had to rush to the washroom real quick. Unfortunate, but had to be done. When nature calls, nature calls.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Going to this game, I really want to see my 400% pick ban rate champions either being picked or banned. Otherwise, I would be more upset because this should be the closest game, right, for today.
So it's Lucian, Ezreal, Galio.
No, it's Lucian, Aatrox, Aurelia, Cassiopeia.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think these four are like cream of the crop, excel on what they bring to the table in terms of their champion pool. So we talked about how Aatrox, really good laner, has ability to solo kill if the opportunity presents itself. Talked about Cassio being very strong laner as well, that scales very well into the mid game with one item.
We saw those two just now.
Lucian was something that we haven't seen at all today. The reason why Lucian has seen a rise to popularity and effectiveness is because of two things. One, the keystone, which is the press the attack, right? Lucian procs that very easily with Q and auto, which procs is passive. So you auto Q auto, you pretty much land the press the attack proc, and that gives you a whole buttload of increased damage. Basically, very very strong in lane and very oppressive. And the other thing that made Lucian come to popularity and effectiveness was the item changes to crit ADCs. So if you think about how the item path for ADCs that build crit have been reworked, you would traditionally go for Storm Razor into one crit item into Infinity Edge. You need 3 whole items before you hit your peak power spike. Lucian, however, goes for Blade of the Rain King into Black Cleaver into whatever third item that is flexible.
Yeah.
This is a very flexible path that peaks at each point. And because of the keystone, like we mentioned, it really builds onto each other. And that gives Lucian an insane one-item spike, insane mid-game spike, and insane late-game spike. Because he can still develop into crit items towards the end.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Orianna, that's not one of the 4.
LeBlanc as well, so we're being shown a mid lane focus. In that case, I think Lissandra or Kali might be on the table if both teams are targeting out the mid lane pools.
Yep, I think that for the Pastel palettes, they saw the previous game, they saw the LeBlanc, they saw that 24 stack Magi.
Yeah.
they don't want a part of that.
Okay, Alistair being banned out. Don't like this too much, especially if the nerfs to Alistair in the past 9.1 patch, right? So we don't see Alistair all too much now because his effectiveness as a roamer / bully in the early stages of the game has been cut by quite a bit. Ziggs is an interesting one, might just be a target ban. Might have to see more of my... Okay, so the Rakan banned out, but 0 out of 4.
Yep,
we are down to 0% this time. It was previously 25%.
Yep, first pick Galio.
See, the Galio is not bad. Worked out well for the Toxic Ghost the previous game, but now it's gonna be the ladies from Close Behind Esports that get it for themselves.
That's right. I mean, they might be picking up a Darius on the side of the Pastel palettes.
Open picking Darius is a bit too greedy.
There
I
we
think
go.
that Aurelia is better. Yeah.
Haven't seen her the whole day either.
I mean, I did say 100% pick ban, so if no one bans it, picking it is fine. I'm still happy. Like I said, open picking Darius leaves you vulnerable to counter picks. They could play stuff like Victor, they could play stuff like Jace that makes your day hell in top lanes. So Aurelia is much better. You could flex it top or mid, and depending on what your matchup is, because you're on red side, you have the choice.
Yep, and picking up Nocturne as well. Pretty interesting. I mean, Xin Zhao is up.
Xin Zhao is up, and so is Lee Sin. But the Nocturne might indicate that they want to answer in the form of globals against the Galio. So if you start a fight with Paranoia and Galio cannot, see his teammate, there's no way he can impact or join the fight with heroic entrance either.
That's right. Yeah, and Kled and Kaisa. I mean, Kled. That's something you see often.
Kled is one of those champions that come and go depending on whether like the matchup works. So Kled really sucks against tanks. He works well against bruisers that want a duel because every time you skirmish and every time Kled builds up their bar,
Yep.
it actually helps, you know, in terms of how much damage and how much punishment the Kled can take. So you like to be in those bruiser matchups. You don't want to play against tanks.
Like bruiser matchup against Irelia, for example.
Yeah, Aurelia, Jax, Shen, all pretty decent-ish for the Kled. We see the Braum being banned out in the second ban phase. Failed to mention that there was a Kaisa and Tahm Kench picked up. So Tahm Kench picked up opens up opportunities for you to play immobile, danger-prone AD carries like the Kog'Maw we saw earlier today. Also allows you to play the very safe bot lane of Ezreal Tahm Kench, which is something the Korean team, Gen G, like to play a lot. Yeah. In fact, Gen G exclusively plays this composition where they run Zoe, Ezreal, Tahm Kench. And what they do is they try to get away with as safe of a laning phase as possible and allow the jungler to impact mid and top. And then they accrue the lead by poking with poking with Ezreal and hitting that like 2-item spike, which Ezreal is great at, and then fighting then by sieging up with Zoe Ezreal.
I mean, we see an interesting ban there also on the side of close behind Taric. I mean, I don't know where that would fit in.
Okay, so the Ezreal ban out now, but the Taric is interesting for the fact that his existence makes team fighting very difficult, but because they already picked up the Tahm Kench,
so that's why
I don't see why like they had to ban that out.
Interesting ban. I mean, your Lucian... Oh, Ezreal was banned. I mean, that's something.
Lucian's still open.
Yeah.
Lucian Tahm Kench not really good lane, but Jinx is one of those AD carries that's immobile but high risk, high reward. So definitely fits the style. I was a bit upset to not see any Lucian today, but it's okay, I'll get over it. Aatrox is still open, and so is Cassiopeia, which neither teams have opted for. Flexing the Aurelia top, having a Cassio mid is actually really good. Cassio has one of the best matchups against Galio, so that is still an option if they want to take it.
Yep. But they do end up going for Sejuani and the Zyra in the bot lane to round up that composition.
Huh, okay.
Yep. So it's going to be another death is the best CC lane, I guess.
I mean, Zyra still has a good amount of CC,
Yeah.
but she does not do that well against Tahm Kench. I like to think that every time you try to poke him out, his grey health just heals him up anyways.
Yes.
So it's kind of like generally when you're fighting Tahm Kench, you kind of want to try and on him if you can, or you know, chunk him. Deal with him in lane by chunking him out in large portions, not in small portions.
Yeah. I mean, looking at this now, Anivia, the last pickup, how's Anivia against Galio?
Immobile laners in general tend to struggle against Galio because he has a gap closer in the form of Justice Punch and a taunt. You could see the Anivia Ninetales now given a lot of respect, getting an early, or rather picking Cleanse as the summoner spell to sort of deal with the possibility of a taunt flash or Justice Punch taunt. These options are what generally makes it very difficult to deal with Galio. This Anivia also provides late game insurance. It's really hard to siege against Anivia, as we all know. If you've been playing from like Season 2, Season 3, the COG EU Classic, right? Organ Anivia stall the game out in the siege, and that buys time. That buys time for the Jinx and the Aurelia to come online if they don't do so well in the lane. So I could see where they're going with this. In addition, the ability to fight and kite backwards is made further possible than Anivia. If they want to fight into you, they have to cross her out, and that's not really the best case scenario because she has so many tools to then disengage with the stun and the wall as well.
Yeah, the wall is really annoying. I mean, looking at these two teams now, what are the lose conditions?
Before the game starts, I tried to look at win conditions, but you're looking at lose conditions, right? Lose conditions for red team is if they get caught, same thing, by wombo combo. So you have Strangle Thorns from Zyra, you have Heroic Entrance from Galio, and you have Glacial Prison from Sejuani. These are high, like big ticket ultimates that could swing a fight if they all land and get layered properly. If you get caught by that, it doesn't matter if you're kiting backwards, you're gonna die anyway, right? The lose conditions for blue team here, Pastel palettes, is if they don't land those, because then you just whiffed multiple big ticket ultimates and you can't disengage cleanly. They don't have the best tools once all those with. Whereas there are multiple ways for the Aurelia, Anivia, and Jinx to sort of stay relevant even without chasing. Yeah, they can still siege very well, they can still split push very well.
That's right, and with the Clad Ultimate also, even more of that all-in,
Yeah, of
go
course.
in and try your best to get kills.
So it's one of those weird things where it comes down to execution again. If they can make it happen by timing, pulling the trigger together, definitely, you know, it looks very cool on screen, and it's also going to work out well for them. But if they don't, it will look kind of like off, and it would appear as though like the team has no clear shot caller.
That's right. I mean, looking at the summon spells, they all look fairly standard. Tahm Kench opting for the exhaust instead of the ignite for even more peel for the Jinx.
Generally, if you play Tahm Kench, you only have two summoner spells, two options in the form of keystones and summoner spells, right? You go exhaust if you don't take summoner spellbook, and you go for teleport if you do. So sometimes, and to quote the same example, Genji, when they play Ezreal Tahm Kench, they'll take double teleport. Ezreal is fine playing with teleport. Tahm Kench will have summoner spellbook and abuse the fact that he has the ability to teleport and make these plays and have multiple spells up again. So this should signal to us as casters that Tahm Kench is going for Guardian in this case with the exhaust.
Most likely the case. We're just about to get into game. Spectator delay 3 minutes because we're on the live server.
The live Thailand server.
Live Thailand server,
Yeah.
indeed. The last game of today. Bound to be exciting, definitely.
Yeah, the most even one. If the pattern for today is to be observed, and just to remind our viewers once more that we will have the finals tomorrow for the Thailand Qualifiers. So they will play in the loser. They'll be playing the loser brackets, or rather, we'll be casting. We'll be showing the loser brackets all the way to the finals tomorrow. So. In our place, it will be Grandin and Remy that will be casting the matches, and I hope you guys stay tuned for that as well. Of course, Grandin, a longtime colleague and respected caster in my books. Excited to see him throw the games down tomorrow, and Remy, no slouch as well. One of the, I guess, higher elo players, higher elo casters that we have.
Yep, I mean, I don't know how he does it. He gets Challenger despite everything that's going on in his life. I don't know.
He'll be like an army, and somehow he gets Challenger. So like,
no, he's in university.
oh yeah. Oh he is in university.
Yeah,
now.
but still, like
I can barely find time to play when my semester's on. You know, don't know how he manages to hit Challenger.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly just admire the dedication of the players who manage to hit Challenger. Like, whoa, like that's a lot of. It's a huge investment, honestly.
It is.
To spend a lot of time.
So now that we are in the loading screen, we can see that it is indeed the Guardian for the Tahm Kench. Arcane Comet for the Anivia is kind of like the best case rune you can keystone you can go for. It's kind of weird now because mage mid laners don't really have a good keystone to play for. Arcane Comet is sort of like the default go-to. In the past, you know, you could still work around things like Thunderlord's Wrath, right? Way back before the keystones came in. Right now, Arcane Comet is sort of like the go-to for mage mid laners.
I mean, kind of works like a little like Cassiopeia, maybe with the ultimate able to reduce the cooldown of Arcane Comet.
The thing is that the reason why Arcane Comet Cassiopeia works is Arcane Comet cooldown is reduced when you land single target spells, and Cassio spams it with Twin Fangs. The only single target spell that Anivia has is the Flash Frost on her E, which has a ridiculously long cooldown.
I think the damage over time also helps even more.
Yeah, but it's like I think 10% cooldown per tick, so you have to tick like 10 times on the out for it to work. I just think that Arcane Comet is the default go-to because if you have CC, if you have some sort of slow, the Arcane Comet is definitely
I mean, with the Anivia's Q, the stun, it's pretty much guaranteed.
Let's look at the lane matchups. I think top lane is sided a bit towards the Kled just because she has the advantage when it comes to skirmishing. The mount and the ability to mount and remount and just take so much punishment helps a lot in that top lane. On the mid lane, I think it's just going to be a wave clear fest, so no surprise there. The interesting part is the bot lane, because whoever can facilitate a gank, whichever jungler can facilitate a gank in the bot lane, is going to run away with that lane because it's such a snowbally lane.
Yeah, but I mean, Sejuani doesn't have any melee champions to help her out, so it's going to be a little bit harder, but there are the grasping roots
Yeah.
from Zyra. Both junglers once again starting at the bot side. Sejuani's once again going up. Now, skips the birds. Maybe we'll go straight for the buff or the wolves?
We need to point out that it is the red team this time, right? That gets wards in both pixel brushes, and this is gonna spot on the Sejuani very early on. So what is your adaptation here if you're the jungler? If you're the Nocturne, you see Sejuani at the top side. Your answer is bot Skull Crab is open, bot half of the jungle is open. So you just go in and take everything. Unfortunately, we'll get spotted out by this ward in the river in the bottom side as well. So both junglers with equal information should make the adaptations now. Sejuani should take a blue, move over to Nocturne's red. Nocturne now has to move to the bottom side because otherwise, if he goes to the top side to compete, Kled is already pushing in. They're going to lose the jungle fight.
He's going straight for the red according to the ping. Not listening to you exactly. I don't think you're very happy about that.
As long as the Kled backs up the Sejuani, they can pressure this out, but instead, no, they're just going to give it away.
Both junglers going to be able to get their buffs.
Remember that Sejuani's ahead in terms of EXP. She did buff, crab, camp, whereas Nocturne did buff, crab. Oh yeah, no, sorry, tell a lie. They did both the same route.
It's okay. Whoa, some fights going on. Kled dropping pretty low, and so is Irelia. Oh wow!
Oh you man, these skirmishes go with the favor of Kled every time.
That was so close though. Did you see that?
The ability to, drop aggro when you demount is so good in these small skirmishes, and it forces Irelia to be very careful the way she trades. She has to trade in small patterns. She can't just go for the full all in, because every time you drop the aggro and you move into your range form with the shotgun, Irelia is at a disadvantage.
Very impactful solo kill. We'll see what Kled can pick up with that. 2 long swords and boots.
Should be looking for the Tiamat here, I believe is the first buy for the Kled. Won't be surprised if the Irelia is rushing that as well. But obviously the item advantage now in favor of the Kled because you have not only Doran's Blade, but extra longsword and boots. So this is a losing lane for Andy in the top side.
That's right. Both teleports being expanded means that there won't exactly be any big fights for the next few minutes. But once Galio hits level 6, the global presence is gonna be pretty scary.
Yeah, as long as they time it right and make the first hero entrance impactful. Curious to see if they look to reinforce the bot side, because the bot lane for blue team has been pushing out quite a lot. And if you're Jinx and Tamkench now, you call for the Nocturne to come over. You clear the vision and call for Nocturne to come over, because then you can sort of abuse the fact that they're pushing up. And as I say that, they bounce the wave, so overall pretty smart play.
Yep. Jinx, little cheeky move from Zyra. They have to block out the zap with a plant. Managing to take one more Scuttle Crab. Sejuani just hanging around. Are we gonna see a repeat of the previous game when Sejuani just camped at top side for basically the entire time? Just set up the marshmallow.
There is no real need for Sejuani to play to the top side now, knowing that Kled has a solid advantage in the lane. So your coordination now should be on reinforcing bot to prevent the Nocturne gank and try to help mid push up. Establish a net of vision so that mid can push up and roam with the first ultimate available.
Well, as you see, that Sejuani makes her way up to top once again. Gets
Puts the ward down, but there's a control ward there, so...
Yeah. I mean, Kled is really pushed up at this point. It's really hard to find a gank.
Even if they 2v on the Kled, it's tricky to get the kill, especially with his flash or her flash still up. No point playing to this lane, especially, yeah, she's probably just gonna dash away even.
Yeah.
Oh.
Maybe even gonna go for the fight.
I like this, man. You know, not really caring, just taking a fight.
Oh, there you go.
Thumbs up.
The 4 hits from the clan. Oh, the fear actually does go off.
Okay.
Irelia has 6. Oh.
Ah.
Whoa, a little bit of miscoordination there, and a little bit of a miss-aim as well, but still going straight forward. This Colette knows no fear, but a whole bunch of damage coming from Galio. First kill, and the Scarl has returned. A little bit of a freeze. Oh, the wall just dashed straight through, and now Anivia's in trouble as well. Gonna get pulled back, beaten up, and gonna be reverted to an egg. And looks like blue team's gonna have some omelets.
Oh,
Someone
man.
pink in the mid lane gonna pick
This
that
top
one
lane
up.
is done, so there's no way that Rayla can play around this. What you need to do now is just sacrifice, force a lane swap if you have to even, because there's no way that Rayla can lane into a 2-0-2 clip.
Yeah, that's right. Irelia has a Tiamat, but I'm sure that when Kled goes back, he's gonna have that and a lot more.
Yep. The worst case scenario, if like the Kled basis gets a Tiamat and Ninja Tabais, there's no way that Rayla wins that matchup anymore after that, because the Tabais reduces so much damage from autos that Rayla can't trade.
Pretty much. Looking at that CS lead, nearly double already.
Look at the second jungle clear at 8 minutes. Both junglers are parallel across each other in the same half of the map. The important part to note here is that the Nocturne on red team has gotten level 6, so this should be a window for them to force a fight if they want to. Knowing that, Sejuani comes down to support the bot lane.
Yep, the hero's entrance is down, but the Glacial Prison misses out. Nocturne chooses not to use the Paranoia. Ooh.
Oh!
Whoa! That was
Massive ultimate.
a lot of damage and good shot from Jamie on Jinx. She picks up 1 kill.
A bit greedy there to force the fight with Glacial Prison, but I think they already committed, so there's no choice. Super Mega Death Rocket picks up the kill, and this is a smooth piece of
Fire Dragon.
gameplay coming in. Good execution.
Yep. Gonna opt not to take that. Sejuani hanging around. Zara making her return to the lane.
Oh, this is a free dragon actually if they want it, because they have the lead, or rather the priority in mid lane as well. And Nivea being level 7 it pushes the wave ridiculously, obnoxiously quick.
A cheeky Sneal.
Cheers,
Maybe
Mike.
the plants? No. Yes.
Top lane.
Whoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
close, but no cigar.
I mean, one more shot is all it takes. If Irelia decides to step up, I mean, she's still hanging around.
If you're the Kled right now, there's not much of a worry because you're gonna rebound soon. This pretty much forces Irelia to expand teleport to get back into the top lane.
Yep. Looks like Kled. Yeah, it's gonna back off.
Went for the Phage instead of the Ninja Tabais, so opting to rush the Black Cleaver out instead. I don't think Triforce here is a good idea because you're not going to be split pushing all too much. You're going to be trying to join the fight with your ult and making those massive wombo combos count.
Galio's already completed his Brother Belt. And Anivia opting for the super slow build Rod of Ages into, Archangel's Tier, into Rod of Ages. It's gonna take a while to scale up.
This is the best mana pool style build you can get for Anivia, but at the same time it takes so slow to scale up. It's actually frustratingly slow if you play Anivia. It gives you enough stats though to get past laning phase, so that's like the bonus of this item path. Nevertheless, this Anivia is only going to come online around 19 to 20 minutes in, so the team has to sort of hold tight and play for the late game. Good deal of damage.
Damage actually missing out. But Galio with blue buff and Anivia lacking it.
Yep. Another build that I've actually quite preferred is instead of getting the tier, right, you get the early lost chapter into Rod of Ages into Ludens. I think that's pretty good as well.
Yep, there'll be a faster alternative to this super slow Anivia build. So Johnny starting out on the Rift Herald. I believe she is spotted out by the control ward, but there's not exactly anybody who can react to it right now.
The Kled is standing guard, so this is pretty much a free Rift Herald. She has to juggle the aggro better though, because she's taking a lot of unnecessary damage.
Yep. She wasn't really able to proc the eye, and
Yeah.
I think she's just gonna back out from this one.
Okay.
Yeah, bring the Rift Herald for a little walk.
It would have been free because they have decent control of mid and top. I definitely think she should just clear the wards and then go back and try it again. Like if they try to collapse on you taking the Rift Herald, you have so much more accessible backup from Galio and Kled that it's not even a question of whether you win the fight.
Ooh,
Here we go.
Hero's entrance. It doesn't really do much.
Oh, great
but-
flash though.
Yeah, good flash. I mean, now it's a long way to run though. Actually, they did take out. Oh,
Oh man.
question mark face coming out.
Feels bad. Flash and miss
Yeah,
as well.
another
Now the
flash.
paranoia.
Paranoia. Oh, but that's for the bot side apparently. I don't know exactly know what's going on.
Oh, great flash.
Good flash. There we go. Finally picks up one. And now Anivia looks to
gonna
be in
remount.
trouble. Oh, there's Scarl. Stun not able to be landed from the Sejuani. Means that Anivia will make it out of this one alive.
Still, long chase to get only one kill, and they expand the flash of the Nivea, sure, but that's what, 3 flashes traded over for
Yep.
2?
And Nocturne, I think, also misjudged the Paranoia, but Anivia actually sticking around, overstaying her welcome. Forced back once again into the egg. I mean, in terms of aggro, wow.
Oh, hello?
No. Oh no!
Hello?
Execution!
Okay, let's execute.
Wow.
Man, that was a bit of a misplay coming in. A bit is a
Yeah.
nice way to put it.
I mean, think about it this way. The execution is like a 15-second death timer.
That's true.
Recalling is an 8-second.
Fair enough, you
I
know.
mean, it's another way to get back to the base, you know. Get back to base in style. And now, that does leave Nocturne the opportunity to take some of the camps. Sejuani is walking towards the top side, so I think if Nocturne moves over to the red, it'll be free.
Doesn't have the support of his bot lane, so if she journeys in
Hmm.
without backup, she's probably dead, which is why you gotta exercise some restraint here. Need to give the blue buff over to Anivia. That's the #1 priority right now.
Yep.
Otherwise, Galio is gonna have a constant priority in the mid lane to push up and then roam.
And there we go. Anivia's taking it.
One more E should do it. There you go.
Imagine if Thumbcan's just like decided to lick the blue buff.
Oh man, that's when you ping question mark. Like
Yeah.
10 times question mark.
Kled already picks up his first item, Black Cleaver. And Aurelia's still only got 1 Tiamat.
Yeah, she's sitting on the Tiamat looking for what might be a Trinity Force Nyx. The item isn't really gonna remove the deficit that she's already under.
Yep. So trying her very best to trade. I mean, Anivia's up here, but so is Sejuani. That leaves the Fire Dragon. The second Fire Dragon up.
Dragon though, yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't fight this. The blue team needs to back off here.
Oh,
hold
actually,
on,
they
teleport
might
coming
be
in?
able
Yeah.
to. Galio not gonna land the taunt. Whoa, Kaisa making a really big dash up. Are they gonna be able to get the dragon? The Super Mega Death Rocket is blocked out, and yes, they do manage to get the dragon. Paranoia popped up, but he's actually swallowed. That means the Paranoia is wasted. Kled just beating them up. Look at that. 2 kills down. Kaisa picks up 1 more, and now Anivia's forced to fly away as fast as her little wings can carry her.
I thought that was gonna be a bad fight, Gerard, but turns out having a teleporting Kled in your fight, and if that Kled's 503, makes it all better.
Yeah, and oh, this seems very familiar. A little bit of a late cleanse. They're gonna juggle the aggro properly this time. Oh, maybe?
Nope, she'll be fine.
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Overall, extremely clean execution coming in from the ladies on Pastel. No, not Pastel. Sorry, Close Behind Gaming.
Oh, yes. A little switcheroo on the sides there, getting us a little bit confused.
Yeah.
So the first turret will probably fall as well.
Oh, one more would do it.
No, apparently not.
Minions?
Nah, there
Ah
we go,
man,
yeah.
okay. That turret is gonna live to see another wave. For now.
Yep. Oh, maybe this one will.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the W. That's the first turret. Goes
he got
down.
demounted.
Whoa. Actually, quite a lot of damage. He might actually end up trading his life for this. Is he going to be able to get it? No, he does not get Scar back. Shut down for the Irelia.
Oh man, that's tough. But at least she got the turret, which is, I guess, you got a hashtag worth in all chat.
Yep, that's right. I mean, your mid lane turret is pretty much dead, but, you know, worth regardless.
This is a small window that they have to take the Rift Herald because the strongest member of Close Behind Esports rather has fallen already, so there was a small window for them to move over to Rift Herald earlier. Instead turning their attention towards the mid tier 1 and not getting it. Of course this is all, hindsight is 2020, but definitely could have done that instead.
I mean, the Kled, right, is by far the strongest member. I mean, look at him, he's got 2 items. Irelia doesn't even have 1. That's really scary when you hear that music and then you see Kled running charge and then
Kled meant for early Titanic Hydra as well, so this is massive split push potential.
Oh, a teleport coming from the back. Looks like this might be the end for the bot lane. Irelia's there, flashes in to land stun onto both. Paranoia coming in, everything being thrown.
Oh boy.
A flash straight back into the rocket, and that's 2 kills. Both for the Nocturne. A little bit of an overextension, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, definitely not respecting the fact that Irelia had teleport and the Nocturne was not seen on the map. Remember, this is a composition that excels at dragging the game out, and when they do get to those late game points, Jinx and Anivia are very, very adept at clearing the waves and besieging.
Now Anivia's gonna move up to deal with this Kled split push. I don't exactly know if this is the best way to move up.
She's just looking to clear the wave. Yeah. Wall?
Honestly, the Kled does have quite a lot of damage. She might be able to just fight this, especially when he has a huge Galio to jump in and knock people up. Just takes down Andy, charges around the wall, and like this. There's just 2 of them in the middle of 4 people. Kled might be in a bit of trouble here.
Yeah, I think they definitely overextended here. Having to back off, has been dismounted, so that's the Kled falling.
Down.
Have to be
Galio
careful.
actually doing quite a lot of damage, but the egg to save the Anivia. 2 more kills. The Rift Herald does get taken down, so Johnny will pick that one up. But that's 2 kills. Kled and the Galio. I believe both of them had bounties. So that's
the Kled's bounty was down already. They got the Irelia got the bounty earlier on.
Galio.
It was only Galio's bounty that they picked up. Overall, trading 2 members for a tower and Rift Herald, not the best, especially now that this opens up mid lane to get sieged up.
Yep. And that Jinx is starting to rev up. You can hear that attack speed.
On the next recall, I think this Anivia should be able to pick up Sarah's Embrace, but seeing as she's gonna get the blue buff here, might be looking to stay a while longer and just clear the waves.
Anivia thins.
Look at the way the lane assignments are being carried out. They're sending Jinx to the top side. Tom Kench is going to go mid and start to set up some vision. I like that they are using Jinx as the battering ram, right? To get the siege down onto the top side. Because she, with her current item spike, is definitely ahead of the curve and has the ability to siege extremely quickly compared to the Kai'Sa.
That's right. But there's still this constant worry of the Kled with that. He's just gonna take turret. Irelia is all alone here. Anivia and Tom Kench are a little too far. The stopwatch will buy some time.
She did.
No, hold on. Maybe not. Oh, charge in and that's it. That's pretty much it. Super Mega Death Rocket. Whoa, actually still alive. Teleport, but now Anivia's in trouble. Portobello to secure the first kill. Flash forced out by the Anivia, but here comes Nocturne in. This really looks like much. Glacier Prison also flashed away from Kai'Sa, just dashing straight into everybody. They're all making it out. They're all barely limping away. Jinx comes in, and that means that the blue team is going to have to back off on this one.
Almost cleaned up the fight with Kai'Sa there, but barely doing so because she didn't have proper target selection and target focus. This is still a window for them to siege down if they want to, because they still... Oh!
Nope.
Nah,
that's not the AP Kai'Sa build anymore, man. There's no way that's going to kill anybody.
They still have the Rift Herald, so they can definitely siege up if they want to, and I think that's the call.
Rift Herald.
Now look at the side of the screen. Kled has teleport. There isn't any good wards to speak of in terms of flanking angles, but can come in to reinforce this if she wants to.
Yep. Ooh, Reparo actually not taking the tower down. And Kaisa standing quite far forward. Irelia trying to find a flash being forced. That's a big summoner spell.
Kled instead gonna opt to move to the mid lane to start the siege up. Just as I say that, clears the wave, backs off. There's a small lull now because there are no major objectives to speak of, which is a good window for the blue team to back off and reset.
Yep. Still not the Seraph, I mean, for Anivia still hasn't been picked up yet.
Yeah, a bit delayed on the item, especially considering that they need it to start team fighting. She's very far behind on the curve in terms of gold and EXP as well. You can see that she's only level 12 compared to the Galio who's 13 and the Kled who's 14.
Yep. Top turret also really low. Just leaving the Kled alone in the top lane. That's pretty scary. I mean, he would be able to push a lot of charge, but he uses the charge to get out a little, like 10 cm ultimate there. But
the good thing about the charge is it makes you unCCable, if for lack of a better word, so they can't crowd control you up.
Oh, Jinx!
That's why you want to proto belt in the mid lane.
Wow, just barely alive, but now Claire has the opportunity to jump back in, and Anivia's out of position. The Devourer being used. Tamkench does get stunned up though, which means that there's not really an escape. But now Anivia and Jinx are safe off to the side. Yeah, and they managed to get out of it.
You can see that they're lacking in execution from time to time. Could have been a much cleaner fight if they all put the trigger together. They just laid it out a bit too messily, and as a result, they can't find confirmation on any of these kills. Ultimately, they still get mid tier 2, which is not a bad consolation prize. But I just think they can be much cleaner in terms of how they fight these out.
Definitely. I mean, still looking at how far behind the Irelia is, I think she's just gonna pick up her first item. There we go. That's a Triforce. 23 minutes in, and Kled is nearly finished his third.
Got a Hex Drinker as well to deal with the Nivea, but maybe not the most optimal item buy, especially because Irelia, Nocturne, and Jinx all do physical damage.
I mean, I think a Sterak's would have been better.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the Sterak's would have been a decent buy. Things that generally make you sturdier would have been the better buy here, because you definitely need that Kled as the front line, so even a Warmox might have been okay here. A Proto Belt on the Galio is definitely a better choice this time. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the Proto Belt on Galio because it allows you to close the gap very quickly, get onto priority targets if you need to. We saw how that basically presented more kill threat on the Jinx earlier.
Yeah, we saw how the Jinx nearly got one shot by the Galio.
That's the danger of the Proto Belt Galio.
Yep. Kled picking up another turret in the bot side.
I want you to keep your eyes open for the window of taunt flash for this Galio. Every time flash is available, she can just opt to take these very aggressive taunts into multiple members.
Yep.
And that can be led into like a glacial prison, into Kled teleporting in. There's always that threat, so you have to be careful of this Galio.
The red team is forced to back away. With 4 strong. Close behind, pushes on. That turret is pretty much down. It's so low. Kled and Irelia still hanging around in the bot side.
Yeah, I don't know why the Nocturne is just playing along the bot side. You should be joining your team to get on the top side now. Because even if you 2v1 this Kled, it might not be a guaranteed scenario where you can get the kill.
And this Kled, look at that damage. Whoa, he just went straight through the wall. But Nocturne with the paranoia forces him to back off, but still.
You Baron now. If you're blue team, you just go to Baron now because the Nocturne showed bot side.
Paranoia is down. That's a pretty big ultimate. They opt to go for the mid lane instead though. And Galio is actually getting poked down a little. Kled picking up the Malmorius now.
They should have the blue team should have just walked to Baron, set up a vision trap and bait them into walking in. But instead not doing so, this is just gonna give the bot dragon over again. So despite a small misplay on the bottom side of the map, they still come away with 1 dragon for free. That sets the score to 2 each.
Yeah, that's right. Mountain Dragon will help them out when they're taking those objectives.
She still hasn't gotten the Sarah's Embrace. Oh man. Okay, finally getting the Archangels.
There we go. 26 minutes in. And it's not even fully stacked yet.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's gonna take a while.
Still a good sign for them though, because as this Anivia starts to scale, the disruption in team fights will become more and more of a threat. Like we said, the name of the game for the red team here is just kiting backwards, buying space for the Jinx to do her job.
Seraph's Embrace completed gives her that extra shield against Kled as well. Both teams looking around the Baron area, just throwing out their poke every now and then.
Oh man, no respect, they're just proxying the wave. You know, on bot side, I think we might see a bit of a tussle emerge.
I mean, we saw earlier, the Kled is definitely able to take the Aureliano fight.
Yeah, even with the entry of Nocturne, that 2v1 is still not heavily in their favor because the Kled almost traded 1-for-1, right, before going down, or almost going down. The danger is there. You just have to, you know, play around Aurelia cleaning the waves, not committing to a fight, and then hoping you can catch a member out with, or at least stall the game out with the Anivia and Jinx.
That's right, both teams moving over towards the Baron side, getting that vision down, putting the control wards. Jinx has nearly completed her Infinity Edge, and Kaisa is opted to go for QSS.
I hope they're forcing this.
Going again onto the Kled. This is like 5 people. I mean, just take Baron, guys.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh man, they commit so much.
They just
there was
do
3
everything.
ultimates.
Exactly. Actually, yeah, it is 3 ultimates. I mean, if you count every, you could count this 4, but that's pretty much a free Baron now.
Yeah, this is a free Baron.
Yep.
No question about it.
Unless it's like a Super Mega Death Rocket, who knows? Or the Smite Steel Super Mega Death Rocket. Oh, very close, but not enough. Now the team fight comes. Jinx trying to shoot in the back line. She's still safe. Kaisa front loading a lot of damage. Jinx actually flashes forward to pick up the first kill onto Zyra. Jinx gets a
massive
huge taunt. Look at that. Jinx is the only one who's trying to kite, but she is actually able to kite. Jinx, look at that. The AoE damage.
That was a bad team fight from the blue team. They were not coordinated whatsoever.
Yeah.
They did not layer their skills. You could see the Zyra Stranglethorns was used to open instead of stall the fight. You never want to use it at the start of the fight. You always want to use it to put distance between the enemy team and you, and because of that misplay and several others, that led to a ace and a mid tier 2, and that Baron virtually nullified.
That's right. I mean, Jinx was just free firing from the back. Even when she got taunted, they didn't jump on her. That was their only opportunity, and then after she got excited, it's just reset after reset. We just watched as she just ran around.
This is a BS Sword and possibly a QSS or a GA next. Good things to come for the red team if they can maintain this level of team fighting. Use the Nivea as well as the Tahm Kench to put space between the enemy team and their own Jinx. That's what they need to do if they want to keep winning these team fights, because there's no clean way for them to dive onto the Jinx or at least CC her up in time. So you kind of just play protect the Jinx right now.
Yep. Oh, this seems oddly familiar. The charge was actually used already just to get out of that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, but now the blue team is able to push up, and Jinx is the only one who's able to do this. She actually has no QSS. If they do land like CC on her or Glacial Push, they might actually be able to take her down.
I just want to point out, Gerard, you could see there that the call was made by Nocturne to go in for the bot lane dive, but no one else was nearby. It's one of the situations where, again, it comes down to chemistry and shot calling and execution. Who's the one making these calls? Why is Nocturne going alone and with no one there to support her?
Strange mistiming. I mean, Tahm Kench came in with the Abyssal Voyage, I believe it's called, but that was quite late.
Way too delayed and way too far off as well.
Looks like we might see a fight now. They're just going to back away. The dragon is coming up though, and it is up. I believe it's a mountain dragon. Yep. It is a mountain dragon.
Yeah, they can't contest this because there's no vision to speak of in this area. Remember, the next dragon after this would be Elder. which is if you're a team that has the Onivian Jinx, you want that order. You want the additional stats and bonuses to facilitate your late game team fighting. What you are behind often, what you lack in terms of structures and sieging and gold is the fact that it can be made up with the Elder Dragon.
Whoa, that's a very forced engage. That just using the charge to get straight in. Glacier Prison missing out again, but Jinx is still free firing. The QSS used to get away from the taunt, but there we go. Kled has managed to take her down, and now Kled is running a rampage throughout the entire fight. Kaisa as well, taking down the Nocturne, and that's 3 kills down.
Yeah, you could see in that fight, the reason they decided to pull the trigger was because they saw Irelia on the top side. They knew she had no teleport.
And look at that. Irelia with the ultimate just gonna get knocked up, knocked around to manage to take down one, but that's it. One more kill for Kaisa.
They can finish the game here.
They can finish the game, that's right.
Because the Irelia was on the top side, they saw she had no entry into this fight. It was easily a 5v4 and they could have definitely gone for the all-in. They did so with the Kled, jumped onto the back line, got the win condition Jinx, and that was what allowed them to close out this game. A return to solid shot calling and exploitation of opponents' weaknesses in macro wins them this game.
That's right. After that little misplay at Baron, they just went straight on the Jinx. The Kled just charged straight in and dashed around and got her down, and that was it.
I think a much cleaner game as compared to the previous one. Not to say that there's any jarring mistakes, but definitely looking like a team to rival the first that we saw today. Illuminate, I believe, was the first winner for today, and now with close behind Esports finding a solid win. I think those two are a extremely competitive matchup, very neck and neck.
Very strong showing from both of them today.
Yeah, with that, guys, it will be our last game for today. Don't forget, of course, we will still be here tomorrow. I say we, it's going to be our colleagues Grandon and Remy that will be on to bring you the games tomorrow at 8 p.m. GMT plus 8, which is, Singapore time if you guys are too unfamiliar with that. Overall, I would say we had a good set of matches today. The first one being relatively stompy, but as the day progressed, or the night progressed, it was definitely much more competitive and had me on, close to the edge of my seat. Definitely not at the edge, but close to it.
I mean, this one really, with the Jinx, it was really close.
There was like a small window, right?
I was like, oh my goodness, they can actually do this. And then
but alas, it was not meant to be.
It
was not meant to be. So, I think with that, we would be closing out the stream. Guys, do like and subscribe to the Facebook page and whatever for the notifications. Of course, it's going to be whatever you're watching on. I believe this is the Facebook stream, so do give it a like and you'll know when we go live again. For now, I'm going to be signing off with my colleague, Gerard, the Escape Artist Peters. I'm Daryl Hungry Lim. We will see you tomorrow at 8 p.m.
Bye-bye.